So laziness dies, when your purpose feels, bigger than your excuses, right? So your laziness, often thrives in the absence of a clear purpose. As when your goal is vague or lacks emotional weight, excuses take care, obviously take center stage, right? So however, when you have a compelling vision, some things that ignites passion or aligns with your deeper values, right, your drive naturally overcomes obstacles. So here, actionable steps: clearly define what success looks like for you, right? Write down why you want it. The stronger the reason, the weaker your excuses, right? So start small. Momentum builds faster than waiting for motivation. So motivation is obviously unreliable. If you wait for the right mood to begin, you will waste days, right, weeks, and obviously even years. Momentum, on the other hand, compounds with action, and a small consistent effort grows into something significant over time, right? So actionable steps, that here start with just 5 moments, for just 5 minutes. I mean to say that actionable step here start with just 5 minutes of effort towards your goal today. Small actions here snowball into larger progress. So every wasted hours delays the life you say you want, right? Time is the only non-renewable resources. Every hour spent procrastinating pushes your dreams further into the future. When viewed through this lens, right? When viewed through these lenses, laziness becomes a luxury few can afford. So actionable step here: audit your daily habits. How much time is truly spent on what matters? Create a schedule that prioritizes your future self over distraction. Your energy comes from movement, not from here sitting and thinking. People often here believe they need energy to start, right? But energy comes from starting, right? Physical movements, whether a short walk, stretching or deep breathing, right, stimulates the mind and body, breaking inertia. So here, actionable step is what here, that when feeling sluggish, first moments here that move first is think later, right? Take action and your energy will follow, right? So here, a discipline means doing it even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between ambition, between ambition and results, right? Its ability to execute despite emotions. When motivation fades, your distraction tempt. When obstacles here emerge, champions rely on discipline, not fleeting feelings, right? So here, actionable step is what here, that set non-negotiable routines, right? Make your priorities a commitment, not a choice, right? So next point is comfort is a trap. Disgust peace, comfort lulls people into stagnation. Obviously, while peace sounds desirable, excessive easy fosters complacency. Growth happens in discomfort, right? So the more you challenge yourself, the more resilient you become. So actionable step is what here, that deliberately push outside your comfort zone daily, right? Whether mentally, physically or emotionally, train yourself to embrace discomfort. So your future self is shaped by today's effort, not obviously tomorrow's plans. Dreaming is effortless, execution is rare. Many people mistake goal setting or action. True change happens through daily efforts, not hopeful thinking about one day. So actionable step is what: ask yourself daily, what did I do today that brings me closer to my future? If the answer is nothing, adjust immediately, right? So overcoming laziness requires a mix of mindset shifts, practical strategies and daily habits. Here are some powerful tips to help you stay productive and energized. So here, identify the root cause. Identify the root cause. Laziness is often a symptom, not a problem itself. It can stem from burnout, lack of motivation, fear of failure, and even underlying health issues, right? So take a moment to assess what's really holding you back. right? Set manageable goals. Overwhelming tasks can lead to procrastination. Break large goals into smaller achievement, steps to make progress feel effortless, right? So here, use positive self-talks, right? Negative thoughts like I'm just lazy, reinforce the habit. Instead, reframe your mindset: I'm capable and I can take small steps towards improvement, right? So your next point is what create a plan of action. Having a clear roadmap makes tasks feel less daunting. Set deadlines, prioritize tasks and schedule breaks to maintain momentum, right? So here, move your body. Physical movements boost energy and motivation. Even a short walk or stretching session can break inertia and improve focus, right? So here, declutter your environment. A messy space can drain mental energy. Organizing your surrounding can create a more productive atmosphere, right? So embrace discomfort. Comfort can be trapped. Growth happens when you challenge yourself daily, whether mentally, physically or emotionally, right? So here, next point is find your why. Find your why. A strong purpose makes laziness irrelevant. Connect your daily actions to a bigger vision that excites you. Next point is reward yourself. Celebrate small wins to reinforce positive behaviors. Acknowledging progress keeps motivation high. Limit distraction. Social media, excessive entertainment and unnecessary tasks can drain time. Set boundaries to stay focused. So which of the strategies do you think would help you the most right now? Right, what do you think? That which of the strategies do you think that would help you the most right now? What do you think? Comment in below. So laziness can have a significant impact on mental health, often creating a cycle of negative emotions. Can decrease obviously motivation. Here are some cases where it affects psychological well-being. So first point is what here in it, that increased feelings of guilt and shame. Right, when tasks pile up, when tasks pile up and responsibilities are ignored, individuals may experience guilt and shame, right, leading to self-criticisms and obviously lower self-esteem, right? Next point is connection to depression and anxiety. So chronic laziness can sometimes be some symptoms of deeper mental health issues like depression or anxiety. A lack of motivation and energy may not be simple procrastination, but rather an indications of underlying emotions struggles, right? So next point is what social isolation, right? Avoids responsibilities and activities can lead to withdrawal from social interactions, reducing support systems and increasing feelings of loneliness. Next point is what reduced cognitive functions. Lack of engagement in stimulating activities can slow cognitive functions, making it harder to focus, solve problems and obviously retain information, right? Next point is reinforcement of negative thought patterns. The more someone avoids action, the more they reinforce the belief and obviously reinforce the belief that they are incapable or unmotivated, which can worsen mental health over time, right? Next point is what physical health decline. Laziness often leads to inactivity, which can contribute to poor physical health, further affecting mood and obviously understanding the psychological effects of laziness can help in addressing its root causes. So would you like strategies to break this cycle? Overcoming laziness requires a mix of mindset shifts and practical strategies. Here are some effective approaches. First point is what set manageable goals. You have to firstly set the manageable goals, what it is. In that process things will happen in a proper manner, right? So breaking large tasks into smaller achievements steps prevents overwhelm and builds momentum, right? So next point is what use positive self-talks. If you have to have a positive self-talk, you can easily move your manifestation in a proper manner. So if you actually really want to use the law of attraction in a proper manner, that we call the law of attraction, obviously you have to talk to yourself, that we call the self-talk. In an optimistic manner, you have to self-talk to yourself. If you're not giving your time to yourself in your isolation, if you're not planning with yourself, obviously it will not gonna be work at all, right? So use positive self-talk. Replacing negative thoughts with encouraging one's helps maintain motivation, right? So create a plan action, right? Obviously create a plan of action. Having a clear roadmap makes tasks feel less daunting and increases. Move your body. Physical movement boost energy and obviously motivation, making it easier to make action, right? Here, declutter your environment. A messy space, can drain mental energy, obviously. Organizing your surroundings create a more productive, atmosphere. Obviously, embrace discomfort, right? Growth happens when you challenge yourself, daily, whether mentally, physically, or emotionally. Find your why, right? If you really want to find your why, then obviously a strong focus makes laziness irrelevant. Connect your daily actions to a bigger visions that excites you a lot. Rewards yourself, right? Celebrating small wins reinforces a positive behavior and keeps motivation high, right? And the next point is limit distraction. Social media, excessive entertainment, and obviously unnecessary tasks can drain time. Set boundaries to stay focused, right? Build micro habits. Small changes add up. Obviously try micro habits like a 5 minute 5 minutes morning stretch, daily reading over a short walk, right? So which of these strategies do you think would help you the most right now? What do you think? So this is so these principles are not just motivational. These principles aren't just motivational, and they are designed for execution. If applied consistently, laziness becomes a thing of the past. Which one resonates more with you, right? So this is all about that you will never be lazy.